What's up, guys? We got what is this week 4 already? Power rankings. Um, got a clean shaved face, trying to wipe off whatever happened to my team last week. Um, so let's just hop right into it. We had a big week, some big wins, big losses. Um, we'll start with a surprise number 10 team. I kind of forced my hand with this one, the only 0-4 team in the league at this point. Uh, Andrew Andrews, take a look at my Johnson. Just can't buy a win right now. His team put up 58 points last week. He lost by like 60, 70 points. Um, they got to figure something out over there. I know he didn't have Luck or Marshawn. That kind of sucks. But I mean, neither of them are doing anything anyway. He's not really getting anything from anybody on his team other than Adrian Peterson and Larry Fitzgerald. um, we said it before the season, kind of like he needs his stars to, be stars, and none of them, other than AP, have actually been good. Um, not great for his team, obviously. 0-4 is kind of, I mean, this is like the week. You got to start. You got to turn around. 0-5 is tough. Um, I'd say you need a couple wins coming up here, for sure. But 0-4, 0-5, you might start thinking about, what's your team going to look like moving forward. But so big week for Andrew coming up. He's got Shreve. Um, Definitely needs a win. Bad. Number 9. We got Kevin's team at number 9. Lost a tough one to Dan. Lost by 3. Only put up 75 points, falling to 1-3. The story here is the running backs. DeMarco Murray and Lamar Miller both just can't do anything. Brandon Cooks, who I thought was going to have a hell of a season, is also not doing anything. I don't think either. Only out of the 16 weeks or 16 games between the three of those guys, Murray has one double-digit game, and that's it. The other two guys aren't in the double digits. Devontae Adams has been he's been hurt, but he's been a complete disaster. Andre Johnson, what a joke. Nothing's really worked out for Kevin's team up to this point. The only positive that he's got going for him is Cam Newton. But yeah, I mean, not much to say there. Obviously, Gronk's a stud, but we kind of knew that. He needed some guys to play well, and none of them they've actually been horrible. DeMarco Murray, Lamar Miller, Brandon Cooks, Devontae Adams, and Andre Johnson have all been terrible. So not easy to win when you got 5 guys who are you were planning on playing every week just suck. So Kevin's got to maybe move some pieces and whatnot, but not looking great at Team Ramrod. Number 8, I think this is the highest James has been, but he took down number 1 in the rankings, pretty handily. Let's see. We got I forget who he started at quarterback. Oh, Derek Carr. I mean, not much to say about James' team. My team just put up a dud, really. Rashad Jennings had that nice play. Panthers D is killing it. Panthers D, they had 18, another touchdown. I don't really know what to say about James' team. He put up 92. It's pretty good. He's sitting at 2-2. Right now, he's number 6 in the standings, which gets you in the playoffs. So that's pretty funny. I don't think anyone saw that. Good news, I guess. Bradford had a good game finally. What else? What else? Nothing really else to say about his team. But he beat me, so good for him. Number 7 is Joe Kiss's team, who he put up 46 points. Might be one of the worst performances we've seen in league history. But on the bright side, like I mentioned last week, down the stretch, he could put out a roster with Brady, McCoy, Foster, Mike Evans, Alshon Jeffrey, Latavius Murray, Decker. He's got some good players on his team. Um, so terrible week, obviously, but I think there's some hope for Joe Kiss this year. Gets Gates back as well, um, and also Michael Crabtree's looked pretty good, and he's got Melvin Gordon too. I mean, it's really not a bad team over there. His whole team's kind of been hurt so far this year. Brady didn't play last week on a bye, but I think the best is yet to come for Joe Kiss's team this year. I'm playing him this week. Should be a good game. Number 6 is House of Cards. He got the much needed first win last week. Um, I still believe in a lot of his players. Um, the one thing that's just so concerning, obviously, you guys watch football. Jimmy Graham. It's obviously not his fault. He didn't get slower. He didn't get smaller. The Seahawks are just stupid and don't give him the ball. So, um, hard to be good when you don't get any targets. Good to see Justin Forsett had a nice game, much needed. Uh, Antonio Brown didn't do much with Vic, but whatever. He'll figure that out. Big Ben will be back sometime. Um, yeah, I don't know. Jonathan Stewart, meh, hasn't done much. But he's got between Antonio, Breeze, who looks great. If Jimmy Graham can ever turn it around, the guy Blunt put up 27 last time he played. So Dan's teams, it's not what we're used to from Dan, but I think it's good enough. He can win some games coming up here. Uh, you know, all those teams at 1-3, it's a big week, 1-3. So yeah, I got him at 6. Let's move it up to the top 5. I know this kid's gonna be mad at me, but this is my power ranking, so I get to make the rankings. Number 5, I'm going with Hype Beast. I see it, I get it, I see the points you're putting up, but here's the thing. Devontae Freeman is not putting up 30 every week. Um, I'm a bit concerned with Carlos Hyde at this point. It's not Carlos Hyde's fault. Just the Niners' offense is a joke. Great to see Macklin pick it up. DeAndre Hopkins stud. I said it earlier. I love this team. I love Shreve's team. I just think he's going to need C.J. Anderson at some point. Devontae Freeman's not going to keep this up, obviously. Russell Wilson, I don't love. I mean, the Seahawks offense is like a fucking elementary offense. He just scrambles around and they just try to get open. So I mean, I like Shreve's team. It's a good team. I don't know. I just like the other teams better, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Mark Ingram is having a pretty solid season so far, so that's good to see. Hope that continues. But yeah, I mean, it's a good team. He'll definitely make playoffs, and then once you get in, who knows? But I have him sitting at number 5 as of this moment. Number 4 is the 40-year-old virgin. Tom's another one of those good teams that just put up an absolute stinker this week. Put up 68. All 3 of his stud receivers were in single digits for the second time this year. I did say I don't think we'd see that ever again. I was wrong. We saw it now twice in 4 weeks. Not the best sign. Matt Forte looks pretty good this year. I'm a little bit surprised by it, but he's looked pretty good. The problem with Tom's team is he has 6 great receivers, and you could only play 3 of them. Martavis coming back. Dante Moncrief continues to rake, and Pierre Garçon he gets a shit ton of targets. So, but you can only play 3 of them. Matt Ryan, he'll be fine without with Big Ben banged up. Jordan Reed surprisingly got hurt last week, so we'll see what happens with that. But Tom's got a great team. Those 3 receivers give you a shot every single week. But yeah, I don't know if you guys watched the Broncos game this week. But Demarius could have had a huge game, but Peyton he just simply can't lead a receiver down the field. He just can't get it there anymore. Um, so we'll see what happens over there if he ever figures out how to throw. But I love Tom's team. Those three guys, that they're studs. Also, he's got Andre Ellington coming back at some point, which is nice. Top three. Josh in the 3 spot. I was kind of forced to do this one. He just took down Tom. I think I like Shreves and Tom's team better than his team. But whatever. Le'Veon, obviously a stud. Jeremy Hill still wasn't great last week, but he did score 3 touchdowns. But he's starting to become one of those guys that's extremely touchdown dependent, which you don't really love to see. But I guess if he gets 3 of them a game, whatever. He somehow got a win with Marvin Jones and Michael Floyd in the lineup. Whatever, good for him. You still have to be concerned with Peyton Manning. I think he started Carson Palmer last week, which ended up being the right decision if he did. Yeah, Peyton kind of stinks. Le'Veon stud. Jeremy Hill, whatever, we already spoke about. James Jones continues to play well. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's got Dez coming back soon. Edelman's back off the bye, which is nice. I don't know. I don't love the team. Like I said, I think Tom and Shreve are both better. But as of right now, he's sitting at 3-1, feeling pretty good. We'll see what happens. 2 spot is my team. Finally, I got knocked off the podium by none other than James. My team put up. I'll go on record right now and say that this was my worst week of the season. 100% confident that I'm not putting up less than 67 ever again. I didn't have 1 touchdown from any player on my team other than Rodgers, who only had 1 touchdown. Lacey and Yeldon had yards but no touchdowns. Julio and Odell both had 38 yards. I don't think they'll ever do that again. Either of them. I don't think we'll ever do that again. But yeah, like I said, not 1 touchdown. Julio, Odell, Kelsey, Jordan Matthews, all 5 points or less. Eli picked apart the Bills D, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Not much to say. The only good thing is Yeldon looked great. And, welcome to the Joe K spin zone, but it was nice that all my players sucked on the same week. Playing the odds, it's not going to happen again, next week. And, that's one of their, 3, 4, 5 shitty weeks. They all got out of the way at once. So whatever, we'll take the loss, we'll take the bum in the road. Moving on. Still sitting at 3-1, like where we're at. Whatever. Which leaves us the only 4-0 teams left standing. Mr. Ryan Van Buren. Just another solid week from VB. It's going to take a good week to take him down. Jamal Charles, stud. Amari Cooper is a stud. He's got Sanders, T.Y., Marshall. He's got a great team. He's very deep at every position, really. His only, weak spot, I guess you would say, would be quarterback. But, Rivers and Romo are both serviceable. So, good for VB. Nice to see him up there. 4-0. He deserves the number 1 spot for now. And we'll see where we end up. So, those are your power rankings. I don't know if there's really anything else to say. But yeah, good week. Got some big matchups coming up. Like a lot of teams are sitting at 2-2. How many teams we got at 2-2? We got 4 teams sitting at 2-2. So that's huge. There's a couple big matchups. I want to see how many matchups between 2-2 teams we actually have this week. Somehow none. But anyway, a lot of teams that need wins here. Big week. Catch you guys next time.